I'm Executive Area Manager and Independent Consultant with Arbonne, Shannon Hare. I'm so excited that you guys are actually tuning in to listen to this message. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself, a little bit about the business of Arbonne and network marketing, and just a little bit about the company of Arbonne. And yes, I'm sitting in my kitchen, so it just goes to show you that you can pretty much do this anywhere you can take Arbonne. Usually the best way for me to kind of tell you about Arbonne and everything is to tell you a little about my story and my journey. Before I do that, I just wanted to applaud you for taking the time to listen to this message. The person that asked you or sent you this video clip thinks very highly of you, because the people that work with Arbonne are probably the most fun, busy, hardworking people that I've ever known. We look for people who have warm hearts, giving spirits, and who are successful and sharp and on the ball. To be considered Arbonne caliber is a huge compliment. So whoever invited you really thinks a lot of you. So thanks for being here, and just keep an open mind and sit back and enjoy. So I'm going to tell you, I don't know if this opportunity is for you, but maybe you want to make a change to a 5-year plan, or maybe you need a plan B, or maybe you need more time, or more money, or choices, or to make a difference, or maybe you need all of the above. And let me tell you, you can really make it all happen with Arbonne. So let me just tell you my story. A little over 4 years ago, I was kind of at a crossroads in my life. My husband and I had had our 5th failed IVF round of infertility, and had spent the last year and a half doing everything we could to start a family. And we needed a break. So thanks to my amazing parents, they saw that we were kind of in a place in our lives, and they asked us to come on vacation with us to Belize to go scuba diving, because that's what my husband and I do, and that's how we met. And we just needed to get away, and we probably couldn't afford it at the time, so we had great parents that helped us with that trip. But we had the best time, and it was kind of just one of those things that the doctor ordered, and ironically, my dad is the doctor. So we came home refreshed and relaxed, and we got to look at things through a different light. And obviously we just kind of made it through the holidays, and we were trying to reevaluate what we were going to do with our family and what we were going to do for the next year. And in the meantime, I had been watching a girlfriend of mine, Regional Vice President Amanda Thayer, who I had actually gone to college with. She was my sister's roommate in college, and actually married one of my best friends. And our stories go way back. Our parents know each other. Our grandparents even know each other. So we'd reconnected through Facebook, and I'd watched her Arbonne journey. And in fact, a couple times she'd even come through Fort Lauderdale, which is where I live, to go on some of the Arbonne trips. I knew she was driving the white Mercedes-Benz, and I also knew that they were able to buy this mountain home in Colorado. But I didn't know it was kind of through her Arbonne business. I just knew that they were just, doing well. That's all I really knew. But I also knew, and I'm apologizing to Amanda right now, that Amanda was no different than me. Not that she wasn't something special, because she's an amazing, amazing woman, but she's no different than me. She's kind of from a small area in the Midwest. She went to college, we all got our degrees, we were expected to go out and work in corporate America, which is what we were all doing, and just go about our business. But I also know that she was super, super busy. She had 2 young children as well. So I just knew that if she could do this, then maybe there was something to it. And she posted something on Facebook right before the holidays that caught my eye and said, if anyone wants to get involved with this, I was able to drop 19 pounds doing this healthy living detox through Arbonne. And I had known Arbonne products in the past. I knew they had skincare. I'd actually used them in the past, and then I just kind of lost touch with using them, and I never knew why I liked them. I just knew to use them. So, and I knew that with every round of IVF, I had probably put on about 5 pounds. And so if you kind of do the math, and I said I just had 5 failed rounds of IVF, I needed to lose about 20-25 pounds, or just, that's still what I wanted to do. That's kind of my goal. So I contacted Amanda before Christmas, almost 5 years ago, and said, hey, I want to hear about this. I didn't know that Arbonne had this product line. So tell me about the plan. And then I'm like, you know what? After coming back from Belize, I'm like, I need to take care of myself. So let me let me get on the skincare, let me get back on the skincare, and then let's talk, and I want to know about this business. Like, what are you doing? And just tell me a little bit more about it. So, of course, she sent me the information, and I basically just jumped in. First week of January, I signed up as a consultant, had no idea what I was doing, but I wanted the products. I got them at a great discount, and Amanda was going to come down and launch my business the month later. So my skin looked great. People were complimenting me already. My husband was so funny because he always thought my skin looked so good anyways, but he kept saying it was so soft and everything. Of course, I'd only been doing it. And then I did a detox, and I did it for the 28 days, and I lost 12 pounds the very first month. But what was more important about that was just how great I felt. I felt in control kind of my life too, and I think that's important. But I wasn't tired. I was sleeping fantastic. I was dropping weight. I was, just all those things that, if you know anything about the Arbonne Healthy Living and the Detox, that it does for you. And my skin looked great, so I just knew these were the products for me. So Amanda came down that first week in February, basically, to launch my business, and I didn't know anything about the part. I'd never even seen an Arbonne party. Didn't know anything about it. But a couple things that really caught my attention while she was giving the presentations was she asked people, if you keep doing what you're currently doing, what would your life look like in 5 years? And that really struck me because I was in corporate America. And I have no intention in my corporate job to become the CEO of this company. I work in pharmaceutical sales. There's just no way. And quite honestly, I had made it through multiple layoffs. I think 4 already to date. And with the people that they do let go, they're just asking myself and other people to do more work. So I'm getting paid the same amount, basically, with that 1% raise maybe per year. And I'm working harder for no more money. And I have no way of, in 5 years, getting any further along. I'm going to be in the exact same place. The problem with that 5-year plan is the rest of my world is going to change. My insurance changed. Gas prices were going up at the time. General living expenses were going to go up, and at some point we really were going to have a family. We wanted to have a family, so I knew that would be an expense. I wanted to travel more, obviously, so I jumped into Arbonne Business mainly to make money, just to have plane tickets to go to Belize, to fly and go scuba diving. But when she was there, she painted a picture for me that made me believe and know that this business could be so much more for my family. And I wanted more choices. I wanted to be able to pick up and go see my family who live in Kansas whenever I wanted, to go on vacations whenever I wanted. I wanted to be able to have more freedom and, frankly, just more fun and not be so tied down to this 9-to-5 corporate job that wasn't going anywhere. It was a great income, but it really wasn't going anywhere. So fast forward about a year into my business, my husband and I decided to try one more time at the dream of becoming parents. And if this wasn't the way that we were going to have a family, then we were going to start looking for other options. So we actually went up to Boston, Mass., which my husband is originally from Massachusetts, and went for one more round of IVF. So I used vacation time, and we went up there, and we truly focused on me and everything else. And I'd done an additional detox. Meanwhile, the entire year I basically had been living kind of the Arbonne lifestyle as far as healthy living. But I did one more final detox kind of right before the entire process of IVF, knowing what they pump into your body, all the hormones, the antibiotics. Nothing is natural, so to speak. It's not a natural process. So I just wanted to have the healthiest body that I possibly could before I did that. And quite frankly, literally 9 months later after that happened, I was able to deliver twins. I have Gavin and Tegan, who were born at 38 weeks and a couple days. Born at 6 pounds and 7 pounds. They are truly my biggest reason now for being in this business. But I'm convinced, had it not been for Arbonne and that year of being healthy and taking care of myself, that I wouldn't have had those kids. And if you ask my dad, like I said, he was the doctor. I was 39 at the time. He does not know anyone of my age, sorry, that was able to carry multiple babies to 38 weeks with no bed rest, no preeclampsia, no swelling, no complications. Yes, I was a big pregnant woman, but I had 2 babies that weighed potentially 13 pounds inside my body, but I was able to carry them. So it was truly a miracle in my mind of everything from the beginning to the end of the process. And I truly believe that Arbonne did that for me. And here's what's also great about my business with Arbonne. It allowed me, after I had the babies, to stay home and to take a little extra time. My company allowed a decent amount of time, but they gave me some unpaid time. But Arbonne was allowing me to stay home when I needed to really take care of my kids. And being home with 2 little ones, you need a little extra time. So I knew during that time frame, I probably wasn't rocking my Arbonne business. I wasn't out there working a ton, but it gave me time, and I was still getting income, even though, because I had clients from the previous years, and I was actually getting new clients because I was meeting new people and stuff. But I also knew that in the meantime, I could still come back to Arbonne at any point, and it was always going to be there for me. I could not guarantee that about my corporate job, let's be honest. But here's something else that Arbonne gave me that I really want to impress upon people. It gave me a vision and the ability to dream. So I have 2 wonderful twins, and every time somebody told me, they were, saw me, they're like, great, you have a boy and a girl, you have the perfect family. You're finished then. And of course, people give you all kinds of advice, by the way. Of course, I would smile politely, and just make some kind of comment that, yes, that's probably the truth or whatever. But every single time that somebody said that, something in the back of my head kept saying, no, I'm just not sure. I know there's more, I have more family out there. But I had no idea how we were going to have another child, quite honestly, because it had taken us so long to go through all those IVF processes, and I didn't know if we wanted to go through that process anymore. So we were just kind of getting our lives back, and the twins were 1.5 years old, and they were gradually getting a little bit more independent. And in the process of losing that final baby weight that I'd had, I did a final detox to lose the last 5 pounds, and lo and behold, miraculously, God tends to do some funny things, and he actually basically told us to slow down again. He had another surprise for me, and he actually had a miraculous little baby boy. I got pregnant 14 months after the birth of my twins with absolutely no medical intervention, and quite honestly, I wouldn't, if it hadn't been for morning sickness, I wouldn't have known that I was pregnant. So now, of course, I even at this point in my life had an even bigger motivation to have a business that was going to allow me to stay home with my kids, allow me to give them options and choices. So at this point, I did not allow this pregnancy to slow me down, and I worked my business all the way through to literally like days before my scheduled C-section, and I was able to promote at this particular time to executive area manager. But what's phenomenal about this business too is you get to work with your family. So while I was pregnant, my sister joined my team, and she became an area manager as well. And my sister's actually out in Kansas, so here I am working with my family and my sister now, and I get to do this life with my family, and I never in my life thought that would happen. And I have a business and a team that's growing out in Kansas that I don't even have to worry about because she's taking care of it. And I can grow my team in Florida, but I can grow my team anywhere in the United States. There are no boundaries. But what's also great is I could grow my team globally. That's what's great about Arbonne. We are currently in 5 major countries. We are in the UK, Canada, the United States, Australia, and Poland. And then, of course, this summer, we're getting into Taiwan. So we're headed over to the Far East. We are just still, though, basically a ground floor opportunity with only 1% brand name recognition in the United States. Can you imagine what it would be like if we had a name of like Mary Kay and Tupperware and you're just starting with this business? I mean, dream big. Can you imagine if that's what people thought when they finally realized Arbonne, it was something like Mary Kay? And no one has products like ours that are as good. So let's talk briefly kind of about the economy and the state of the world that we're in. Of course, it's a political season, so it could change at any moment. Whichever belief you have, whether we're in a recession or we're coming out of a recession, let's just be honest, the world is not the same that it used to be, and it will never be the same again. The way we do business is obsolete. You can no longer be expected to go to high school, go to college, get a great job, and retire and potentially have enough money to support yourself for that period of time. It just doesn't happen. The old employment model is breaking down. Economic pressures in accounting firms, law firms, large corporations, education, healthcare are putting great time pressures on employees and the practitioners And the losers, of course, in the situation, unfortunately, are the children and the spouses and the quality of life. People's health and spirits have been deteriorating rapidly. Many people are now embracing network marketing, an industry that was once considered taboo or sneered at. They see it as a smart way to seize opportunities to protect themselves and their families. The new portrait of success and happiness includes financial independence, long-term income, security, time freedom, control over their own life, and an attachment to a cause that is greater than themselves. And this is what Arbonne has to offer. There are 3 industries that are recession-proof: alcohol, tobacco, and personal care products. People want to look good and feel good doing it, basically. And we are seeing firsthand that Arbonne is a part of the 3rd category, which is literally exploding in front of our eyes. And we have definitely seen it on our teams. You may have some misconceptions about Arbonne or network marketing in general, and I certainly did, that's for sure. I was familiar with network marketing from previous experience, but I still wanted to kind of know more about the business, and so I did some due diligence on the business. I will tell you the first misconception that I had was income. I thought this job could be sort of a semi-hobby job. Again, my misconception was I could make enough money for plane tickets. And you can. You can definitely make that kind of money. But I did not realize that I could make replacement income. Quite honestly, I thought maybe a couple $100 extra a month. And that is actually great money. And that can truly change people's lives. There's actually a study done that says an extra $300 per month can keep most people out of bankruptcy. And it's ironic because I was just at a party this last weekend and there was a bankruptcy attorney right there and she confirmed it for me. She said that's exactly the right stat. So that was really powerful to me because I know a lot of people that have had to remortgage their homes or sell their homes and rent and do all kinds of crazy things just to kind of get by in that crazy time. But for me, I wanted more than that. If I was going to do something like this and truly put my whole heart into it, I needed it to replace an income for me so that I could stay home with my kids. And I see this as just a smart way to secure my future. The great thing about this is you get to decide your paycheck. There are basically 3 ways to look at it. One, you can look at it as supplemental income, that anywhere from $300 to $1,000. We also have replacement income, and then we have lifestyle income. So basically, depending on your range, replacement income could be at the area manager level or the regional vice president level. There are 4 levels of management. Regional vice presidents make anywhere, an average of about $5,000 a month, but anywhere upwards of $14,000 a month. And that's actually the level where you get a free white Mercedes. I personally would take a free white Ford Fusion as long as it was for free, but I'll take the Mercedes. And then at the highest level, which is what we call the lifestyle income, kind of I call the gangster money, so to speak, that's the national vice president level. The average income per month is $22,000. And you get to be your own boss, and no one can fire you, and no one can lay you off. I would be an average national vice president for $22,000 a month. I'm not making that at my current job, and I will never make that at my current job, no matter how hard I work. So, and this job that you do with Arbonne is still considered part-time, even at that level. So basically what you put into it is what you get out of it. It is called network marketing for a reason, because it does take work. You can't just wish it or hope it or dream it or pray it. There is real work involved. But when you are coachable and you follow the system, the income is there. There's no cap on your comp plan, and there is no cap on how many people can get a white Mercedes. We can all get to the top level of the company. Every single person that's listening to this can go to the top of Arbonne. We all have tools that you need to be successful. Another misconception that I had about this industry was that I had to meet a lot of people, or I had to know a lot of people. And of course, that's a little fear inside of everyone, or especially inside of me. What if I run out of people? The average person, they say, knows 700 people. But sometimes we prejudge people or write people them off right away. But you don't need to know all 700 people do not have to join Arbonne to be successful. Do you know 4 to 5 people who need a plan B? Think about your Facebook page, your LinkedIn, people that you work with, teachers, schools, wherever, your family. So many people are connected to more than 100 people. And I can guarantee on my Facebook page, it's more than that. You just think back to your high school days. We know more people than we think we do. When you follow our system, you will be booking out of your current bookings, so you don't need, and that's kind of the great plan of these new networks and marketing. That's the method. You will not run out of people unless you stop working and stop talking and meeting people, unless you stay in your house. The irony of this misconception is that the majority of most teams who prefer clients are people we didn't even know, or I didn't even know before I started my business. And that's the incredible part about network marketing. It's building a network. I can say that the majority of my team currently right now, I didn't know a year ago. The third misconception I had was just about network marketing in general and what it was. I didn't know if it was that schemey thing or those pyramid schemes everyone talks about, and you're like, oh, you gotta, so many things you have to do and levels you have to get to. I just didn't know. And this is probably what most people think about the industry in general. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time here. The Wall Street Journal talks about the business of network marketing and how it will be the business of the future. It's called the ultimate social business model. Think about how much networking we do anyways. We get on Facebook, we share our thoughts and opinions, we get referrals through friends, we share our likes, we share our dislikes. When you buy the new iPhone and somebody sees it and you love it, who are you telling? You're telling anyone you talk to. When you go to a great restaurant, somebody asks you for a great recommendation, you have 5 new restaurants you can take them to. Those restaurants aren't paying you back for that recommendation, and that's what Arbonne does. I can guarantee that Apple is not calling you up and saying, hey, thanks for the recommendation for the phone. Here's, a free month service. That's not happening. Network marketing is a simple form of distribution. It's a simple way to get products from the manufacturer to the consumer in a more direct, cost-effective way. Instead of going through regular retail method that we're all familiar with, starting with the manufacturer, then the distributor, then the warehousing center, the advertisers, where millions of dollars are spent here with Halle Berry or whomever may be advertising. Then they go to the retailer and then the consumer. Network marketing just goes straight from the manufacturer to the consumer through independent consultants like us. Arbonne cuts out all the middlemen, and I appreciate that because that offers huge cost savings. That allows you to get a premium product for a mid-level price. Arbonne saves this money, they put the money back into product development, and they get a better product, but they also get to put that money back in to paying their consultants for just sharing their products. It is projected that network marketing will produce 10 million new millionaires in the next 10 years. Do you want to be a part of that? Because I wouldn't mind. All walks of life can join the business, and there is an even level playing field when anyone can get to the top if they want to with Arbonne. On our teams, we have teachers, accountants, nurses, stay-at-home moms, doctors, hairstylists, engineers, corporate salespeople, government contractors, just to name a few. Sometimes get asked, of course, like I was saying, is this a pyramid scheme? And I usually answer by saying, what do you mean, like kind of like the place you work at? It's funny how we're so weird about this triangle shape when most successful organizations, churches, schools, the Girl Scouts of America, most corporate jobs are actually in the shape of a pyramid. First off, pyramid schemes are illegal, and that is where money is exchanged and the top person gets all the money. It's just an exchange of money, and that's the scam, and legitimate network marketing companies look nothing like that. In Arbonne, everyone starts as a consultant in the same place, and everyone gets to have the same chances to get to the top and be a national vice president. But if I'm at my company, I can guarantee I'm at the bottom of my company here in sales. We have directors above me, we have regional vice presidents above them, we have more VPs, and it's a long, long line to get to that top guy, the CEO. He's the top, we're the bottom. That kind of looks like a triangle to me. And I have no desire and no ability to get to that top level. I'll be honest. I'm not CEO quality of my company. Am I CEO of my company with Arbonne? Oh yes, I am. But just know that when you sign up, in Arbonne, everyone gets to start at the same level. So let me get back to this. It has nothing to do with where you sign up or who you referred or who you get there. In fact, people can actually promote above you if you aren't working the business. So they can pass you along the line. That's what's great about Arbonne. But if we help people along the way, it definitely helps us. I can tell you that also doesn't happen in the corporate world. I tell everyone on my team that I want to teach and train them to do the job better than me. I look for people that are better than me to join this company. If I did that in the corporate world, guess what would happen? Somebody would probably take my job, or at least get the promotion or the better bonus. And in Arbonne, we like to pull people up instead of push people down. Network marketing is also a viable option to start your own business because it has minimal startup cost. You can do this, and almost anyone does it alongside their current full-time job, or their full-time job of being a stay-at-home mom, because that's a full-time job, let me tell you. We have a system that works, kind of think mini franchise. There's unlimited earning potential and residual income. I think if we take a poll, most people have the idea of owning their own business. I know I would have loved to work for myself. The benefits can be incredible, but nobody wants the headache, and nobody wants to has the capital to start up their own business or even come up with the most creative ideas. With Arbonne, we already have an incredible product. We have research and development, marketing, manufacturing, logos, fantastic web page, you name it. We have the best of both worlds with infrastructure, proven products, and a simple system and incredible training. I know a business in a box doesn't sound too glamorous, but imagine sitting at the beach or being able to work when you want, and that sounds pretty much more glamorous than working at a cubicle or at a franchise somewhere across the country. The interesting thing here is that network marketing is projected to be the next big industry in the business world, which makes this perfect timing for you. Like again, I said we are currently in the US, Canada, Australia, the UK, and now Poland. So we are at ground floor in every country, and you can actually have a global business in any of those countries. So you can be asleep, and your team or somebody you know can be shopping for your Arbonne business all around the world. So, and it's not necessarily about you have to know somebody in those countries, but who do you know who knows somebody who knows somebody? Again, it's all about networking. And one of the best parts about network marketing is the time leveraging. Wouldn't you agree that most people have a cap on the amount of hours they can physically work during a certain week or a certain day? Doctors, lawyers, dentists only get paid when they work. You have an unlimited income potential with Arbonne. Let me give you an example of time leveraging. Let's say that I work 10 nights or days out of the week, however you do it, doing my Arbonne business. That still leaves 20 nights that I have with my family and friends, or to do anything just by myself. Usually mostly with my kids, but maybe one night by myself. What if I had 10 people on my team who I taught and trained to do the same thing? Excuse me. That's 110 nights a month. Obviously, there are not 110 nights in that month, and that's the brilliance of this business. As I said before, the average person knows 700 people, but we're just looking for a few good men and women to work with. They say that the main difference between the wealthy and everyone else is leverage. Either you have it, or your boss does, or your boss's boss does. You kind of get the picture. A couple more misconceptions that everyone seems to have is I'm too busy. And quite honestly, that's, for me and my 3 kids and my corporate job and everything that I go through right now, that's an excuse. I don't really believe it, but I'll listen to it, and I'll tell you a little bit about what I have to say about it. But quite honestly, if somebody tells me they're too busy, then that's the person that I want on my team, because you would ever notice that the busiest people are the ones that seem to get everything done. So far, everyone on my team has some sort of full-time current job or whatever, but you don't necessarily need to do this job full-time. You can do it part-time, and that's what's great about it, alongside a full-time job. If you have time to watch The Bachelor, or surf Facebook, grab a drink with friends, then you have time to work an Arbonne business. Plus, Arbonne's great. It's a great social outlet for me and my friends. I get together, I get to get out and have girl time. I leave events and parties and coffees feeling uplifted, energized, and just positive. I can honestly say that that isn't how I leave my job, my current job, when I'm coming home from work. So I will tell you that all you need to do is be coachable and be consistent, and this will help you build the efficiency in your business. And you just book it in the nooks and crannies of your life. The last misconception that I had, and I think probably many of you might still have it even right now, is that it just sounds too good to be true. So I was still skeptical. I've had friends who've done network marketing companies and had to carry a lot of inventory, and were only making a couple $100 extra a month, or it seemed that they would start up with a company only to have it fold or fall apart a couple months or years later, or that the people at the company were just a few and nobody knew who they were. That's not true at all with Arbonne. I'm on my way to the top of the company, and one of my dearest friends, Regional Vice President Amanda Thayer, is already there. She is currently driving the white Mercedes-Benz. Like I said, she's left her six-figure corporate job income this summer, or last summer, and is planning to get promoting to National Vice President, in my opinion, within months. So I have the exact same goals in mind. Sorry, my phone went off. And that's where I'm headed. I will be driving the white Mercedes-Benz by this summer. I have no doubt. And honestly, I was more worried and more concerned about what people thought of me doing one of those things. And the more I thought about it, I'm like, I don't think people probably go to bed at night worrying about what Shannon Hare is doing, and if she's working in a network marketing company, and if she's working for Arbonne. And quite honestly, even if they did, those people aren't paying my mortgage. They're not paying my car payments, and they're definitely not paying for my kids' college tuition and where I want to go. So I knew that I just needed to take care of myself and my family, and that is what became more important to me. I had to let go a lot of what people thought of me. Fear is also what holds a lot of people back. Fear, if you know what it stands for, it basically stands for false evidence appearing real. People are born with two innate fears, the fear of falling and the fear of loud noises. And since I just had a baby recently, I have actually seen this firsthand. It's pretty amazing. So they're only born with two innate fears. Adults have upwards of 4,000 fears. And about 85% of those fears have to do with what other people think. Who cares? Take control of your life. It's hard work anyways, but it's so rewarding. You get to be hope dealers for people. We get to help people change their skin, their health, and if they want to, change their lives. I never once as a kid thought when I grew up that I'd want to sell skincare for a living. I was supposed to change the world by working in the corporate world and government or whatever I was supposed to do. But what I realized is that Arbonne can give me the choices and the opportunity to still do that. It's a vehicle for me to do whatever I want. And it's so much more than just selling skincare and health and wellness. Just a couple of things that I'm mentioning about the Arbonne business you might want to consider. There's a huge flexibility. You can work your business on the weekends, nights, around your kids, around your job, whatever. There are also huge tax deductions. Everything that I do now, cell phones, mileage, computers, supplies, traveling, if I have an Arbonne event, those are all tax write-offs now. People that have home-based business actually have a ton more tax deductions. And there's also this thing called residual income. Some people say, how much did I make on my first party? And I can't quite tell you because I'm still making money from the very first party that I did because people that I signed up as clients 4 years ago are still buying product from me today. That doesn't happen necessarily with other companies or any other thing that I could be possibly doing. I can sell knives that have a lifetime warranty and are a great product, but how many knives can you possibly use? Especially if they have a lifetime warranty, I have to continually go find another product, another person to sell that product to. The great thing about Arbonne is they're consumable products. Everything we use basically gets flushed down the drain at some point. You run out of shampoo, you run out of eyeliner, you run out of protein powder, you run out of fizz sticks, and they have to reorder. So not only do I have clients then, but then I find new clients again all along the way. So it just continues to be, like I said, a residual income. So why Arbonne? Why the company of Arbonne? Again, I've kind of jumped over, but Arbonne is a 35-year-old company which was formulated in Switzerland, but it's made currently here in the United States. We have a proven track record, incredible leadership at the home office, and cutting-edge products. Again, I said they were consumable products. If you have hair and skin, we have something for you, and quite honestly, hair is optional. We also have an amazing nutrition line and a new sports line that's phenomenal. So we're adding more and more great products to people that we can help in any way. We help people transition their spending from products they are already currently using anyways to shopping with Arbonne and in their own store, and they have people join their teams. We have leading Swiss chemists, an amazing VP of product development, Peter McTravers, who has an incredible reputation in the industry and has also helped companies triple in size. He took Aveda from a $5 million company to a $700 million company. Again, we're in the health and wellness industry. This is the next huge market, and it's ever expanding. We just want a little piece of the pie. We don't need the whole thing. And right now, the combination of home-based business and health and wellness is creating the perfect storm. We have a proven successful track record. If you work it and follow it, it will work for you. You don't have to reinvent anything. Each team has created a system for success, like a mini franchise, but with all the backing of a great company. And we help you every step of the way. We partner with you. They basically say that the best copycat wins. You do not have to come in and make anything up. We will be there. Another great thing with Arbonne is you get to leave a legacy. With Arbonne, when you reach the area manager level, which is what I'm currently at, your business becomes willable. You can leave it to your family, your kids, your spouse, etc. If I pass away from the company that I'm currently working for, I'll get the life insurance policy, I hope, or my family will, but they will not get my income. It will stop the day that I pass. With Arbonne, my business will continue to grow even when I'm gone, and my family can contribute either to my business as they choose or just continue to use the income, and that's incredibly powerful to me. I have something now that I can give to my kids, and if they are too young to work the business, they will still receive income until my business, which hopefully will never fail out because I'll have such a huge industry it won't matter. But that's what that is. That's the best part about this company. There's also powerful growth within this company. Sure, the income, the trips, the jewelry, they're all great, but something I've never expected is the personal growth within this company. It's created a vision and positivity that I never had before, a belief in myself, and that what I get put out into this world, I will get back. My personal story is more about personal growth that I've had with Arbonne than any financial gain that I've ever had. But believe me when I say this, because of that personal growth, I will also have the financial growth sooner rather than later, because it's my choice and my option and how much I put into this job. No matter how much I put into my corporate job and how great I feel about that job, I can pretty much guarantee I will never be the CEO. But I can pretty much be that way with Arbonne. It's totally my choice. So there are 3 things that will make you successful with Arbonne. Don't quit, work hard, and be coachable. The business is so simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. I wasn't necessarily looking for easy. I was just looking for possible. I needed something that might be, as long as I put in the effort. So stop thinking about what if this won't work. Start thinking about how it could work or what if it would work. Remember, your excuses get in the way of your dreams. Choose your dreams and think, what if? What if this does work? So we invite you to join us in 3 ways. 1, you can become a client. You like the idea, you like the products, you've fallen in love with Arbonne, and you can become a client of ours and shop for us at retail or discounted prices. But let's be honest, friends don't let friends pay retail. So I advise that you at least become a preferred client, where you pay a $20 fee and get 20% off everything in the catalog for a full year, plus great perks, preferred rewards, and things like that. Or maybe you actually are in the category of, hey look, I get it. I'm going to build a business with Arbonne. I have no idea how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it anyway. So for that, you sign up as a consultant for $79. You get everything in the catalog for 35% off, but you also get the support of your amazing sponsor, your upline, and to help you grow an amazing business. So whoever invited you to listen to this call tonight, we ask you to give them some insight into how you're feeling about the business. We know a lot about Arbonne, but I can definitely tell you we are not the best mind readers, so please just tell somebody how you are feeling about it. So we're going to ask you to give us a 1, 2, or a 3. 1 means, hey, I appreciate what you're doing. It isn't necessarily for me, and hopefully you can just become a great client. 2 means, I'm intrigued, but I need more information. Maybe we can schedule a one-on-one, sit down, talk about it, have coffee, and just get some more questions answered. Or finally, number 3 means, hey, I'm all in. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I get it. I see a vision, and I'm going to go in blind faith. Jump in with excitement and no fear and just go for it. You will have great successful people supporting you and helping you along the way. Because your success means their success too. So don't wait for the perfect time. The kids will be out of school, or in my case, when the kids get in school. Don't wait to be more financially stable, to have extra income. Don't wait for spring or for summer or after vacation. The time is now. We can all delay and find reasons to put this off, but there is no such thing as the perfect time. Tim Ferriss, who wrote the 4-Hour Work Week, says this about timing. For all the most important things, the timing always sucks. The stars will never align. The traffic lights of life will never all be green at the same time. The universe doesn't conspire against you, but it doesn't go out of its way either to line up all the pins. Conditions are never perfect. Someday is a disease that will take your dreams to the grave with you. If it's important for you and you want to do it eventually, just do it and course correct along the way. It may not be the perfect time for you, but it's definitely the perfect time for Arbonne. So I can't imagine my life without this business. I knew I had to give it a shot, and I'm so glad I did. My future is currently in my hands, and I have control of the wheel. I'm blessed to have this company. I'm blessed to have these friends. And I'm blessed that you all had the time and took the time to listen to this particular call. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it and learned some key information about Arbonne and network marketing. And I wish you all the best of luck, and I hope to see you in the future. Night.